most challenging thing financially that you think women come across, or maybe especially Black women? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, interesting question. So I'll try to focus a little around the bias because Esther, sang the praises of Black women who are doing amazing work, and but I'd like us to look at a few things. So first is something that comes to mind. I think I did a post about this some time ago. I've never heard a song that praises a man for standing out. I have never heard it. I've heard songs like Miss Independence, the style of her, she got her own thing. Like, why is it a big deal for a woman to thrive? Why is nobody singing Mr. Independent? He's got his own thing. Because it's a norm for men to thrive. But it becomes something, it becomes a big deal for a woman to thrive. And that's why there are songs around women, oh, she's got her own, and all of that. And who puts that bias? Who did? Culture, tradition, put all of these biases. They made women feel like they are a man's responsibility. It's amazing how recently, I don't know if you guys have seen the trend. There's a trend on social media where two ladies were on a radio interview, and one said that she had a date and she went to meet the guy, and when she went there, he didn't give her transport, and it was so irritating to watch. And then she came back and she was ranting. She said that, does he know how expensive it is to be a fine girl in Lagos? That she called her glam squad. They came, did her makeup. She called her hairstylist, came, styled her hair. Then she took herself, Ubered to the date. And then he doesn't give her thanks for coming. And I'm like, we are also contributing to these biases. Like, the cultures and all, and we too are contributing to, like, I don't understand it. How? I remember back in the day when our parents, they will buy properties in hiding. Like, they will buy properties, they're hiding it, so the man does not feel like they are competing with them. It's really sad. And even in today's age, in my financial coaching and all of that, you see more men coming to want to, I want to go all out. Women are also coming as well, but majority of the women are just comfortable with, well, I already have a small business that I'm doing. I don't want so much. If you can give me 20K, 30K to just boost it a little, and they're good. It's very commendable that right now almost every woman has something that she's doing, on the side. If you go on Instagram, everybody is selling hair, doing makeup, selling this one, selling that. So it's commendable. But the thing is, women are so comfortable playing on a small ground. Like, they are not ready to take risk. We just want to play calm and play cool. The big risk is for the guys. They're the ones who can afford to lose money, and it's fine. But these are all biases that we need to break, right? The Bible says a good woman is hard. Sorry, I'm a faith person, so I'll be dropping it small. It's hard to find, right? And he said she is far worth more than rubies. Sometimes I feel like it's a case of not even knowing who we are, not understanding our assignment. I don't know when God said go into the world and dominate the earth, and take over, take charge, it wasn't. He said he blessed them and then he let them go, and then he told them to go into the world and multiply, dominate the earth and subdue it. He didn't say, Adam, you go dominate the earth, subdue it. Then you, Eve, bear children and take care of them and embody the home and put the home together. No. They were not different assignments. And he said to them, man and woman, go into the world, multiply, dominate, subdue. So if we understand that this is who we are, we are children of God and we have an assignment. It starts with even knowing, what am I even here for? When we find our assignments, then we can go all out and remove all those biases. Who puts them in the first place? We have to intentionally remove them, because this is not God's heart towards us. It says, I wish above all things that you prosperity first and be in good health. So we all have what it takes. We just need to break those limits, those biases, and, you know, go for what we really want, basically. So let me just stop here and someone else
Any
picks it up.
comments? Yeah, any comments from the other two ladies?
Dr. Judy?
Yeah, I totally agree with what she has said. You know, culture has plays a very big role in this. Culture
Absolutely.
is very big on what has kept us down, because we've been told, you know, growing up, even, I mean, we're not talking about the 50s, we're not talking about the 60s, we're talking about now. A young lady believes a man, I'm made for a man to take care of me, you know. So we are so entitled. And even though, you know, as she said, many people have these things they're doing, they're selling hair, they're selling this, they're doing makeup,